line in this best of 3. In the bottom right corner of the map, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the blue Terran player. It's Happy. And the top left, the red pros player from Against All Authority. It's DnS. Guys, we're not going to cast any Nanoir matches because it's a waste of time. Sadly. Like, if it was the only game remaining, maybe, but like, what's the point of jumping into a series to get kicked out after game number 1 when he gets beaten? Like, it's kind of pointless. So, we'll just not bother. So, we're getting set up into this, we're getting started, we're getting ready to rock and roll here on Iron Fortress for this PvT again. Best of 3, winner goes into WCS Challenger League. So, how's everyone doing? Hope you're all doing well. I'm just seeing, Gateway, pop down here for DnS to start things off, and Happy looking as though he wants to go for a Reaper Expand, so just slowly moving into this. And we've just seen a couple of PvTs from DnS, but it was a very interesting style of play from his opponent. He played against Fast 3 Command Center twice, and it was a very passive style from Morrow, and the thing is, like, twice in a row, Morrow just got completely destroyed, despite having a fantastic economy, etc, etc. So, that's a little bit interesting. Why is Euphemal in the qualifier? Euphemal didn't make it into Premier League last season. He lost in Challenger League 1-3 against Lilbo, of course went on to go to the finals. So, that is why Euphemal is in the qualifier once again. Excuse me. After this qualifier, guys, there's going to be one more qualifier on Wednesday, and then the last chance qualifier, where people who perform very well, or very well in the previous qualifiers, I think the top 16, they get invited to a 16-player bracket, double elimination, and I think it's usually top 2 that go through, but I believe because Petraeus forfeited his spot to qualify through WCS SEA, I believe that... yeah, I do believe that there'll be 3 people coming through that qualifier. Happy with an engineering bay block to start the game. Second gas already taken here by DnS as a response to this. And Mothership Core on the way. And the Zealot finishing will come down here to start working his way against this as soon as possible. This SCV going to get away. No real hit points left on that. He'd rather keep that SCV alive than anything else. As the Reaper comes in to start trying to deny the Zealot from doing too much damage. And as the Mothership Core will engage onto this, and Happy just has to pull this away. Cool. So, this week we're just going to back off a little bit here. Finally, that engineering bay gets cancelled, and DnS can pop down his Nexus. As probe should be able to be saved by the Mothership Core before it goes down, but DnS isn't moving his Mothership Core into position. And Happy just pops up there and grabs the kill. Follow-up here for Happy is actually a second barracks very, very quickly in this game. And second gas coming down very early too, so second racks, but looking as though he's going to continue teching very, very quickly. And not really kind of let up anytime soon, at least. There's that Twilight Council on the way to the upper left of the map from DnS. Nexus on the way at the natural for him as well. And, yeah, I mean, it's kind of just doing what he did in that last game against Morrow. That Twilight Council to begin with, go into the Blink play and see what he can do from there. Reapers coming into the main base and doing a little bit of damage here. 2 kills on this already. Of course, one was from a little bit earlier on, but this second kill, oh, he gets blocked in. But I mean, he already saw what he needed to see. He already saw the Twilight Council, so there's not much else which Happy really needed to get done there. Very fast stim, very fast factory, and he's going to be able to drop down the starport. And he's going to be able to drop down the starport, drop down the reactor as well, and move into some reactive medivacs nice and quickly. So, there's a Marauder coming down to low ground. A couple more gates coming in as well. Blink on the way up, and that's being chrono boosted out right now as we have them a couple gates finishing up. And really not too much else to comment on. Wait to see the second gas taken from DnS in the next few moments. There's DnS Happy on the other side of the map, just chilling out. Bunker on the way up for himself, and pulling back here. And Probe just kind of moving backwards and forwards. Does he find his opponent yet? No? I don't understand DnS, like he never scouts until so late in the game, and this time it really looks as though he wants to be aggressive. He's making so many stalkers out of warp gates. It really looks like he wants to be aggressive. He's setting up pylons and all sorts, but he doesn't know where his opponent is. You know, he puts one pylon here, he's not there, puts the pylon here, and he's momentarily about to come in and check. He's finally going to see that his opponent is in this base, so he now knows where his opponent is. There's such a, like, you know, there's so many ways you could abuse it if you knew DnS doesn't scout. You could definitely abuse it so much. Warpins of Stalkers starting to happen, but I don't really think it's going to achieve anything because, I mean, Bunker at the front, there's a lot of Marauders already out, Sim's about to finish. There's a very fast Stim and a very fast kind of set of medevacs out of Happy here, so it's actually a very strong build against what DnS is doing. It's, I mean, these Stalkers have to be very careful not to overcommit. Gas is now being taken back at home from DnS, so he's got something to fall back on. That rover facility on the way up as well. As these Stalkers begin to blink in here and just see what they can do, but I mean, again, not really going to achieve anything at all. And look at this, actually Happy. He loads up 2 medevacs units, just going to move them out onto the map. More Stalkers being warped in here. Honestly, the blink up to the main base could do a lot. As he comes in, he's going to see not very many units here at all. Just how much is he going to commit to this? These medevacs will continue to move across the map. Repair continues to come down in this bunker, but so many SCVs are starting to go down here. Stalkers are starting to fall as well, but there's still a lot of worker damage being taken. Happy, was he really safe to move out here with these 2 medevacs of units? Because he's taking so much damage again, guys. Look at this, he's taking so many worker losses. How many is being lost? 13? He's lost pretty much every single worker at the natural. Now, some Stalkers did take some damage, and he does have a good chance to do damage right now, because the Mothership Core is just recalled back home. No energy on it, so it's just Stalkers against these stimmed units moving forwards here. DnS needs to bring everything into this fight at the same time. He needs to target down these Marauders. He blinks on top of them. I don't think this is the right decision. This was so wrong from DnS. He really should have waited. He really should have just blinked away defensively. Blinking on top just made him take so much damage that he did not need to take. However, you know, he only loses army here, whereas Happy, he's lost a lot of his economy. 27 SCVs to 48 probes is not ideal at all. And you can see his natural nexus is barely mining right now. Double Forge on the way, Robo Bay on the way down, and it looks as though DnS will continue in this game with an alright position, but he lost so many Stalkers there. That forward blink made no sense to me. Why blink forward when you can just blink defensively? You have no reason to blink on top of them units like that. I mean, he lost so much. I think he underestimated the kind of power of that, you know, army of his opponent there as he blinked on top of it. There's not really very much here for DnS right now, but he will... he doesn't even have a throw an overcharge. He sees this coming in at least, and he's going to move forwards with these Stalkers initially. Try and get a medevac or so. He uses his blinks. Force fields have to come down, split this army in half or something, and there it is. Splitting up a little bit to try and lower the DPS, and a few more Stalkers being warped in here. No throw an overcharge available. As another Stim comes in, Happy starting to do some return damage to the mineral lines here. As I think he might just have too many units. The Colossus on the way out. DnS has to GG. What a huge blunder for him to blink on top of those units, and one blunder like that actually just puts him out of the game because he just can't survive against them units. He's about to lose his entire mineral line. It was game over, and Happy takes game 1 of this best of 3. We're going to jump into game number 2 here in a couple moments time. Ask for our invites, and we should be able to get into the game in a few moments time. Cactus Valley will be our map. How are you guys still talking about Nanywire? Come on, there's better things in the world. I'm not gonna lie, I like Nanywire. I always support Nanywire. I feel privileged for him to have been a douche to me. Euthermal's up 1-0 against Petit Drogo. He faces either Cass or Hero Marine if he wins that next game. And that might be a qualifying match we can jump into. We'll see how things go, of course. Keeping an eye on the bracket. Psionic Nurture is starting. Psionic 2-0 Serral. So I'm actually a little bit worried for Nurture, because Psionic, if he can 2-0 Serral, I think he can take down Nurture. And if that's another French player into WCS, what will have been happening with the French players this week? Like, they've got another French player ready to go into the Challenger League if he can beat Nurture, and he just beat Serral. Crazy. Win for Happy to start game 2 of this best of 3, guys. Again, $2,000 on the line. This is the qualifying match into the WCS Challenger League from the second WCS qualifier. I'm actually impressed. The whole bracket's been moving so fast today. 4.5 hours, and we're kind of at the end, which is again very fast. I feel for WCS Qualifier. The countdown is going on behind us, guys. I'm just going to take a quick refresh here and there, just see what's going on, see what is happening. Nothing exciting, nothing I have to mention. Good. No shout-outs to make just yet, although shout out to all you wonderful people who, again, continue to hit the follow button. The followers are racking up today. Again, it's absolutely insane. Glad you guys are enjoying. Let's go in game and introduce our players for game number 2. In the top left corner of the map is going to be our blue Terran player, currently teamless. It's Happy. In the bottom right, the red Protoss from Against All Authority. It's DnS. Why are we choosing this game to cast? Because this is the game that was starting. We're not going to get into the Daniel Targa series. Petit Drogo was still playing his match against Cyril when this match started, and the other bracket had both of their matches already underway as well, so it was the only match we could get into. And it's a qualifying match, so it is pretty exciting, and we just saw a very exciting game, which could have gone either way. And just watching it back on stream now, it's the moment where he blinks on top of these units. I just don't understand why you blink on top of them instead of blinking defensively. In fact, no, that's not... Is this where he blinks on top? No, it's actually past that point. It's such a big mistake by DnS. That blink. Of course, he had no phone overcharge because I think he time warped at some point. He must have time warped and phone overcharge, time warped and then recalled, of course. If he just ran back home, I guess he needed the recall to defend the drop though. It's kind of 6 and T3s. It's tough to say. All right. Well, coming out onto the map, we do have an SCV. Let me just double check that everything is working properly. Yes, it is. Okay, great, perfect. Happy's going to start scouting right now, and this time around, he is once again looking to head into a Reaper Expand in the next few moments here. Down to the bottom right again, DnS is just going to be chilling out. He looks as though for now just going to be sitting on a single gas. Still time to pop that second gas down if you would like to, though. There's a Cybernetics core. Gets placed down for him, and there it is, the second gas coming down. So something a little bit more aggressive perhaps here from DnS. Again, he got into such a good position in that last game. Such a good position in that last game. But kind of just threw it away from that point on. Can he get himself into that again? Can he get himself into a lead which he can push into a victory this time around? SCV comes into the natural and we'll be able to see this probe on the way down. Probe comes down early, of course, to be able to try and deny this engineering bay block, but not really much you can do. DnS needs to get onto that SCV as soon as possible. There's a few shots on that SCV he wasted, or potential shots on the SCV he wasted there. As again, over here, we're going to see the probe continue to hit on the on this engineering bay. He really needs to kind of rally double A click on it so that it follows it once it moves away. Reaper coming in here a little bit earlier than that last game. That SCV's got so much health onto that engineering bay. It's a good thing DnS was kind of planning to go in towards the second gas already. Anyways, we're gonna see this Reaper moving around and heading towards the main base. Nothing in position here. Stalker on the way. Twilight Council already being dropped by DnS, so not going to let his tech be slowed at all in this game. This first probe just going to take some damage. Reaper's not going to scout this though. Okay, well, so Reaper doesn't scout the early Twilight Council, and this, I mean, it's kind of weird because it's not the best map for Blink. I wonder if we just see a Dark Shrine right from the get-go. Happy once again back at home is doing the exact same build. Double racks into the factory, so very fast medevacs, very fast stim. That Blink, Twilight Council about to finish. Let's see if it's Blink. Let's see if he's just going to go into something else. Oh, the mothership calls on move command! That could have been a dead Reaper there. A little bit of a mistake by DnS once again. It is just going to be Blink, no Dark Shrine. And we're seeing one gate being added on here. This Reaper really wants to scout out this natural nexus and see if it's on the way or not. But he wants to keep the Reaper alive at the same time as well, which is actually starting to head back home. He's actually going to find this Zealot. And he has to be a little bit careful. These, the Stalker really just have to be... Has DnS not scouted again? She's just going to build a billion pylons around the map? But this is so bad because now Happy jumps into the main base and DnS is being pulled out of position. Like, there's no reason to chase the Reaper if it's not in your sorry, skull. If it's not in the if it's not in the near vicinity of your base, just leave it. You know, keep your units back at home. I guess he wants to move across the map and get ready to start being aggressive already because he doesn't know where his opponent is. Right, he doesn't find him in the top right. I just don't understand this process. On a 4-player map, if you want to play aggressively as well, like, Why don't you scout ever? Mothership core coming up towards the top side. Pylon being placed here. Does DnS? I guess he's been into this base now with the mothership core. So he knows where his opponent is. One single bunker on the way for Happy. Marauder on the way out as well. And it is one base blink. Going into a nexus behind it, but again, I mean, he's kind of pretty far behind if he doesn't get some damage done right now. His Stalkers come across here. Just a single bunker. You know, I mean, if he really wanted to, you could maybe get into this position here, blink up there, and then blink, you know, and then it's a pretty good position to fight at. Out of range of the bunker, at least. Kind of tough to say, though. As DnS again, he doesn't want to throw this, he doesn't want to do something stupid. Can he make this work? He's moving forwards. There's no, you know, one thing to note is there's no sentry, so you can't force field or anything here. Time up being used on the units. Can he break down this bunker? I think he just, oh, he's so close to breaking it down. He's going to go back onto the bunker now. It's just not going to fall. DnS is so close to making this happen, but he's just not quite able to. He just messes up here or there. And it's just a little bit of indecision, and now he's losing his Stalkers. Again, Nexus on the way behind us, but he's down in Workers, which again, as a pros player, is not good at all. Stim's on the way for Happy. The tech from DnS is going to be heavily delayed. And, I mean, the bunker nearly fell. Then he changed onto SCVs, then he changed back to the bunker. A lot of indecision. He's losing Stalkers as well. He's not blinking away as well as he was previously. It looks as though he really is just struggling a little bit right now. Maybe letting the nerves get to him here in the qualifying match. Moving forwards again. Just looking to do what he can, but Sims up. Medevacs are out. Really difficult to do anything from this position with just pure Stalkers. Lifts up one set of units in that Medevac, and he's going to actually find this pylon. Blinks underneath this Medevac, and he's just going to start dropping out here. This is kind of nice for DnS. I mean, I think Happy's overly aggressive right now, and he doesn't really need to be. He's going to pick off 6 Marines, which is nice. The Medevac's going to get away, though. Some Stalkers could warp in down here, perhaps. Medevac changes direction. DnS is just going to head back home. Robo facility on the way now at kind of 9.5 minutes. Still no 3rd and 4th gas as well. And these Stalkers are going to be continuing to move around the map. Look to see what they can get up to. The Medevac making it back home, and again I feel a little bit over aggressive to pick up and try and drop already. Turret on the way down. I mean, you know, if you know there's a Twilight on the map, one of the first things you should prepare for is the potential for a follow-up Dark Shrine, especially if their attack went as badly as this has. And DnS trying to move back right now, and he gets towards the Watchtower. Again, this army for Happy is like so scary, man. Conquest of Charles about to kick in, and what's back at home? Robo facility still not finished. I mean, this is an army where, realistically, a Thought Overcharge isn't going to be enough to defend. He's going to fly over another pylon. You know, these pylons, I was criticizing them earlier, but they actually have helped out so much in terms of spotting drops throughout this game. It's a little bit crazy. But they do get cleaned up now, and again, any loss for DnS is an expensive loss at this point at this point in time. He starts a Dark Shrine at the same time as his Robo Bay. Happy's just going to come in from the front, it seems. Stalkers blink away right now. As the Dark Shrine's proxy down to that bottom left, but Happy already has safety turret up in his natural. Nothing is main. Maybe get a Warp Prism out to get in there, but again, Happy looking to be in a pretty good position right now. Heavy supply block for him though, 94 over 94, and he's only just now starting depots, so that's a little bit of an issue, but other than that, he's looking fantastic. Although DnS is starting to pull back a little bit. His worker count's rising. He's going to get in towards splash damage. I mean, he's actually getting in towards a bit of a better position. I mean, upgrades will be a bit late. If the DTs can do a little something here, I actually think DnS can maybe pull this back, but it's going to be a little bit tough, especially as this single Marine walks past this pylon. And this Observer just going to sit outside the front door. So this pylon's going to start getting taken down here. Some more units on the way over to deal with it. There's no other pylon on the map, so this has to be where this DT warps in from. We even have one scan saved on the main base orbital, so DnS isn't going to test his luck. He's not going to try and push for this, as now Happy just going to be continuing to move across the map here, looking to see what he might be able to achieve. Not too much though. Hallucinate Phoenix going to spot that 3rd base on the way up, and again, well, what's that? Just a Warp Prism being spotted. So Warp Prism could go in towards the main. This Dark Shrine is something which still remains unspotted by Happy.
Upgrade complete.
I would be amazed if he actually found it. Although that being said, this are you kidding me? He's just checking. Oh, I guess he's just checking for hidden bases. He's checking all around the map for hidden bases, and he's actually going to walk into the Dark Shrine because of this. Well, Prism's going to pick up these 2 DTs, and he'll be able to head in. He needs to start going soon. He needs to head in towards that main base before there's a turret up there. Just get some damage done. If you can slow down his opponent a little bit here, this wouldn't be dreadful for him. So many Vikings though. I mean, we're talking 6 Vikings, 1 Colossus right now. Second Colossus only halfway done. And an observer going to find this army in the center of the map. Army's going to kind of redirect though towards that Dark Shrine, looking to take that down. Another Dark Templar gets warped in. And we'll see where that's going to go in from. Is it just over here? I'm not too sure. Either way, we're going to see these Warpism drop in towards the main base. And, well, actually not really much here. There's scans available, though. There's not actually the units to help. So Happy's going to start taking some major damage. These TTs are going to do a lot right now, but a big fight coming in. Only 1 Colossus. The force fields cut this army in half, but is it going to be enough? No upgrades from our Protoss player right now. Are the force fields and Blink Stalkers going to be enough? It looks as though he is sort of starting to push this back, but this bio army with so many medevacs overhead will do such a great job. But here's another Colossus. The Vikings are on the ground. And you know what? Happy's going to lose this fight. He's going to lose a lot of SCVs back at home as well. The scan finally comes in, but he's going to start losing units. And in fact, he doesn't even have enough units to really take this down. Warpism under fire. This Dark Shrine still lives, so more potential for damage to be done. And what a comeback in this game this is for DnS. This is incredible right now. This is really, really incredible. Warpism starting to escape over the west side of the map. Gonna kind of escape. Oh, it's gonna get found by the Vikings, which is unfortunate considering this Dark Shrine is still alive. Happy evacuates there, but what a fight from DnS. Down in upgrades. You know, nice force fields, loses his first Colossus, stays put, fights it out, and, you know, stays put with his Stalks until next Colossus comes in, and, you know, Happy's lost all his Vikings, and all of a sudden this game is very much so reset with the damage Happy took back at home during that attack to the Dark Templar. With that damage taken, Happy is not in a good position at all here. He's down 12 workers, which is a little bit more than he should be. Only a little bit. But he's just in general not even that far ahead on supply. The Protoss army supply looking pretty good here. Templar Archive is on the way. And we've got another Colossus on the way here as well now. So second Colossus is out. In fact, there's only 2 Colossi, which is a little bit worrying. Oh no, DnS has no vision at all of this drop in towards his main base. Oh no, this is so weird. To be pushing across the map at this moment in time is very weird to begin with. There goes a DT warped in to start working his way against these units, and Happy going to be able to deal with them units very, very quickly here. Charge is going to get taken down. I mean, now DnS has no option other than to move in here and see what he can do. Happy lifts up. He's going to just slowly move around and clean out all of these bases, and let's see what DnS can do. Here come the SCVs to fight into this. I think DnS one move across the map, which he just never had to take at all. This is going to cost him the game, really. He can't fight the army that's left over here, even. And, wow, I really thought DnS was coming back into this, but now he's taking so much damage. This is more than game over. Happy is going into WCS Challenger League. He wins $2,000 for qualifying here today, and he makes his